Okay, so this is my 15-week update video. In this video I'm just doing my makeup before I do my 15-week pictures. So the first trimester was from weeks 1 to the end of week 12. So the first trimester is already passed for me, so a little later in the video I want to talk about what the first trimester was like for me, but right now I'm in the second trimester. And right now I'm just clearing out space to do the pictures. I wanted to do it along this wall here, so the scar's kind of to help the camera focus. I'll talk about that in the actual video. So the lighting's terrible, but to get it to focus, since I have to set my timer and then run all the way over here, I have a little clear thumbtack up here and I hang this on it so the camera can focus on this because it won't focus on the wall because my camera's weird. And the lighting in here kind of sucks, so I think in the videos it appears a little bit glitchy. I don't know if it will or not, but it probably will because the lighting in here sucks. But yeah, so we're 15 weeks exactly today. New upload schedule. Videos will be uploaded on Tuesdays for weekly updates, but they probably won't be posted until like Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, because I'm going to record it that day and then it takes time to get it uploaded onto my laptop and edited and onto YouTube. So that could take a little bit of time, but that'll be uploaded on Tuesdays, and then I think Saturdays I'll try and upload kind of anything in between. So that'll be our new schedule. So after taking my 15-week pictures, I had to clean up again because the room was a mess. And then I wanted to paint my nails while I talked about my first trimester review. So I guess we'll start with when I found out I was pregnant. So after the wedding, it was about a month or two before we got into the actual apartment. We were staying with my dad and then we were staying with my husband's dad, and until we could find the apartment. And once we got into the apartment and settled down, we were ready to try for a baby. We didn't want to try right after the wedding because I didn't want to have to worry about moving furniture while I was pregnant. So once we got settled into the apartment, we started trying. The first 2 months went by and nothing had happened. So after those 2 months were up, then it was like the third month I took another pregnancy test, and it was kind of funny because it was one of those tests that will just have one line in the positive and then one line in the control lines just telling you that the test works. But in my mind, for some reason, I thought in the circle there should be a plus sign, but it wasn't that kind of test. So when I first saw it, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't think that it was actually positive. But then, before I could throw it away, I was just looking at it again, and I was like, wait, that is positive, because it just needs to have one line in the little circle and then one line in the other thing. So it was actually positive, and I ended up, Travis had just left for work, and he was still driving to work, so I called him, and because I couldn't hide it, and I wanted him to be the first to know, but I kind of wanted to wait and surprise him, do something cute when he came home, but I just couldn't. So I called him and told him. I think he was pretty excited about it. So I actually took the pregnancy test a few days before my period was actually due, so it was cool that it had showed up early. I think the test said you could take it up to like 5 days early, but at 5 days early it like wasn't very accurate. But it did show up, and so About 2 weeks after I found out and got the positive result, I started to get really bad cramping, which I was really concerned about. With my first, I had never had any cramping at all through the entire pregnancy, so when I was 5 weeks pregnant with this baby, I ended up going to the emergency room to make sure everything was okay. And it kind of scared me because they said that they saw the gestational sac and it was measuring a few days ahead, but there wasn't a baby inside of it. And they said it could be because I was too soon, and that was the case. I was just too soon to see it, but for weeks I was really scared that I just didn't have a baby in there or something happened. So then about 2-ish weeks, it was around the same time that I had gone in for cramping. It was like a few days later, I started getting morning sickness. It wasn't to the point I was throwing up, but I couldn't eat much of anything. I ended up losing about 3 pounds in the first trimester, but they did say that that can happen with severe morning sickness. But like I said, I wasn't throwing up or anything. Sebastian's playing behind me right now. But anyway, with Sebastian, the pregnancy was so easy. I never had any morning sickness or anything. So that was kind of my first indicator that maybe it was a girl. So I started thinking that it was a girl. And when I went to the emergency room, they did my HCG levels, and they were 11,000 some, and the typical range for where I was at 5 weeks, the typical range is anywhere from as low as 16 to as high as 7,500 some, and I was at 11,000. And a lot of people were joking that I might be having twins, but I'm not, it's just one. But pretty much once the second trimester started, I started to feel a lot better, and I'm finally to a point where I can start eating again, which has been nice. And then we did blood work to find out the gender when I was 12 weeks, and we found that out like a couple weeks ago. You probably already saw that video, but the first trimester was pretty hard, and I was really scared, but everything, with it being such a harder pregnancy than with Sebastian, I really thought that this one was a girl, and it is. So, I don't know, it's funny, because with him, I just knew he was a boy, and like with her, I just knew she was a girl. But that's... But, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say, I think. So, I'll be doing uploads every Tuesday to let you know week-by-week pregnancy updates, and then I'll try and upload on Saturdays with kind of anything in between, cleaning, and some other videos I want to do with the holidays coming up is like decorating for Christmas, so that'll be honestly probably next Saturday, because we're probably going to start decorating this weekend. So it'll either be this Saturday or next Saturday that I have that one uploaded. But if you want to stay updated on the pregnancy and my life and with Sebastian, my husband, then you can subscribe. And there'll be a lot more pictures on Instagram, so if you really want to see really nice pictures and pregnancy pictures, then just find me on Instagram. It's Juliet Night 1. And I'm gonna go spend some time with my son now, so bye.